Hello YouTube family, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Sharita and welcome. In today's video, we are diving into citrus fragrances. For so long, I just wasn't feeling citrus, but over the years I have found some true gems, and that's basically what I'm going to be sharing with you here today. Citrus can be a tough note for me just because of the way it pulls on my skin. It is really something that comes forward and it really has to be executed in a particular way and from a skilled nose, I will say that. So these on the list today are beautiful, some are quite unique. We've got a good range of some citrus floral, some gourmand, and some fresher ones, also unisex. So no matter your vibe, I have got you covered with these picks. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right in. So before we start, as always, you guys, be sure that you are subscribed to the channel, and if you find any value in the content along the way, please give your girl a big thumbs up. It truly does help this channel to grow. So the first one that I want to dive into is from the house of NARCOTICA. This is LIMONATA. And when I saw that this was coming out, I looked at the notes. I said, okay, this can go either quite left or quite right. I requested a sample of this through Scent Split, so they were so kind enough to let me explore this fragrance. And when this hit my skin, I said I'm gonna need myself a full bottle. So always keep that in mind, you guys. When you shop through Scent Split, it is also a place where you can go right on ahead, spin that block, and pick up your full size, because your girl has a 10% off through Scent Split now. So you can not only save 10% on fragrances that are just a little hard to even get a discount on, but you can also save on your decants. So as always, check the description box below for those details. But LIMONATA is, oh my god, this is literally a transported fragrance. So if you could imagine that you are having a beautiful lemon Italian ice, and I'm not talking about the ones in the Publix, you know, or the Kroger freezer. No ma'am, we are talking about truly authentic Italian ice. It is citrusy, it is so gorgeous, but you happen to be having this on the beach. So you have these marine facets that is really going to make this a citrus fragrance that wears with a little bit of a fun but marine and also unisex quality. So when this opens, it is absolutely going to remind you of another fragrance that I owned at one point. I gave it to my sister because she was so obsessed with it, but she didn't want to spend the money on the niche. God of Fire. Love that fragrance. It's a very lemon, mango, beast mode type of scent, if you're familiar with it, by Stefan Humbert Lucas. But even though this is called LIMONATA, it really does have this lemon vibe. It actually features a grapefruit and mango. So because this has that citrusy top, you've got the mango, you've got the ginger, and it's a little ambery, you are going to be reminded of that. But in the opening, I find that this is really a fragrance that takes you on a journey, and it develops quite differently from the top, the mid, and the base. When you first spray it on, I am getting like this lemon Italian ice experience, and then soon after you start to get that mango and that ginger, which of course, like I said before, is going to put you in the mindset of God of Fire. This mellows out. It's not going to be as sharp and as loud, but the marine notes, the fig, they start to rear their heads and they pop through, and they really do take this scent in a different direction. So I feel like if you enjoy God of Fire, you will like this one. Do you need them both? I don't know. You have to be the judge of that, which is why, you know, you need to get you a sample anyway to try it on your own skin. But I just think that there are definitely enough differences to me where you can have both, because again, this wears a little bit more mellow, quite long lasting, but the marine aspect of it, the fig, the ambery quality kind of takes it again into a different direction. So LIMONATA opens with notes of red currant, grapefruit, ginger, pink pepper. You also have middle notes of mango, marine notes, fig, elemi, and ambroxan, and you have base notes of amber, cedarwood, musk, and moss. So because I'm just reading these notes off for the first time, the red currant, God of Fire has red berries, mango, lemon. Yeah. So again, bearing those similarities in the opening, but absolutely a gorgeous fragrance. And this is a citrus I can really get down with, and a grapefruit that just wears so gorgeous. This final dried out, I'm telling you, marine citrus, not always a good thing for me, but this one, I just feel like they did a really good job on that one. All right, so the next one on this list is going to be quite unisex, and this is from the house of Ex Nihilo. This is Blue Talisman. I purchased this one, I would say within the past couple months. I need to start actually wearing this one out, but this is going to be really woody. It is very bright and citrusy. And to me, this is going to be a much more middle of the road unisex version of Bois d'Imperial, if you're familiar with that fragrance from Essential Parfums. They wear similar, but this one is a lot more about the citrus and you don't have that basil note. So I think that this one's just a little bit easier for me to wear and pull off. So Blue Talisman opens with notes of pear, bergamot, mandarin orange, and ginger. You have middle notes of Georgia wood, orange blossom, and you have base notes of ambroxan, ambrofix, akigala wood, and cedar. If you see any fragrance that features akigala wood, please trust and believe it's probably going to last you 10 plus hours. It's probably going to be beast mode. Doesn't matter what else the scent profile is doing. Typically, citrus fragrances are not going to have the best longevity because citrus is a top note. Okay, so if it is all centered around the citrus notes, more than likely it's going to give you either lighter to moderate at most. But when you start to add in these moleculars like your ambrofix, your akigala wood, your Georgia wood, beast mode, 10, 12, just all day wear is what you can expect across the board 9 times out of 10. And that is exactly what Blue Talisman is. If you're wanting to smell citrusy, woody, fresh, but you also want a touch of fresh spicy and you want to turn the head, you want to captivate, this is it. When I got a sample of this, I immediately was like, okay, we're needing a full bottle. I think about a couple days later, went on ahead, got my full bottle. If I'm not mistaken, I got this from Selfridges. I feel like, yeah, across the pond, because I wanted to say these are very pricey. So yeah, it's time to start wearing our Blue Talisman. It's that time of year, and a stunning citrus fragrance that is a little sweet, very citrusy, and again, a touch fresh spicy and very woody. So again, this one is from the house of Ex Nihilo. Next up on the list is a citrus gourmand that completely captivated me. First sampled this one again through Scent Split, and I was just so blown away by the opening of this, you guys. It's not anything incredibly complex, hard to understand and wear, but Chou Chou by Liz is just it for me. Citrus gourmands are just difficult. I be wanting to love them, but honey, just depending on the way the lemon, the limes, all of that is done, it can be an easy miss for me. They got it right with this one. So the perfumery behind this fragrance definitely has a certain something about his execution of citrus fragrances. He's the nose behind Balder Freak and a lot of other Barbados actually. He also did Tangerine Boy, which I feel like is a wonderful citrus fragrance. And he also did the Dolce & Gabbana lemon and orange fragrances. I've never smelled those, but that line was pretty well received at the time. But Chou Chou is supposed to be an inspiration of the dessert. So it does feature a gorgeous whipped cream and lemon zest in the opening. And when I saw lemon zest, I was very afraid because lemon zest, like it is done in baked, is just way too much for me. This is done to perfection, okay? So it really does come off more like a lemon. It doesn't come off as a lemon peel or lemon zest to my nose anyway. And the whipped cream, the semi-salty quality paired with that caramel, it just really is a delightful, fluffy, easy to wear gourmand experience, which is going to make it quite perfect for, you know, high heat. So this opens with lemon zest and whipped cream. You have middle notes of vanilla, caramel, and salt, and you have base notes of mocha, cacao, and sandalwood. I am trying my hardest to find the mocha, cocoa. I really don't get anything quite like that, but it does wear a little different from something that has typically lemon, whipped cream, or vanilla. There is definitely something else going on in here. Can't really put a pinpoint in exactly what, and so I'm going to assume that it is, you know, those base gourmand notes of that mocha and that cocoa. But this is such a beautiful release from the house. My very first try experience wear from the house of Liz, and this really has gotten me to want to explore the house further. So I will be doing just that. All right. So again, this one is Chou Chou from the house of Liz, and this one again, you can save 10% when you shop Scent Split. Try it out. If you are one who struggles with citrus gourmands, I really do think you would enjoy it. Next up is another beast mode unisex. What in the world houses a citrus fragrance? This is Vibrato. This really opened up my world of citrus. Before this fragrance, I was just like, no, who wants to smell citrusy, fresh, spring? No, 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 no. Completely captivated me upon first sniff. Not only me, but my daughter as well. And so I stewed about adding a full bottle. I also got this sample from Scent Split back in the day, 5 ml, and I was just looking at this price like, that's a lot to pay for a citrus fresh scent. I don't know. My daughter would not let up off the gas. She was like, mommy, when are you gonna give vibrato? Mommy, we need vibrato. Mommy, 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 mommy. So I said, you know what? All right, girl, you better wear this along with me since you're making me buy it. No regrets. No regrets. Totally worth the price point, because when I tell you, you're gonna spray this on. Good 5 sprays early in the morning. You're going to still be getting compliments. You're going to be still radiating, filling the room many, like 10 hours after you put this on, it's still going to be projecting monstrously. So this is from the notes of master perfumer Christian Provenzano, and just something about the way he does fruity and citrus, it just speaks to me. All right, so this one opens with grapefruit, jasmine, bergamot, and magnolia. You have middle notes of herbal notes, powdery notes, and ginger, and you have base notes of musk, cedar, amber, patchouli, and orris root. I think that if you enjoy powdery, if you want something that really does have a prominent, bright, delicious, juicy, easy to wear grapefruit, this is it. Like, this is I'm telling you. And the bergamot is so beautiful. So yeah, this one is all about those woody facets, the powdery notes, you know, in the mid and the base of this, and also about that grapefruit. Beautifully balanced, 10 out of 10, perfection, masterpiece citrus fragrance in my opinion. Again, this one is Vibrato, and this is from the house of Sospiro. This next one also features a grapefruit. Something about the grapefruits are just easy for me. I'm just putting 2 and 2 together right now as we go through this list. PERA GRANITA from the house of GUERLAIN. This is a gorgeous grapefruit pear fragrance that also features other citruses, but I think that when you smell this, you're going to absolutely get a lot of grapefruit and a lot of pear. And this is just a little citrus pear combo that I don't see done a lot in, you know, the fragrance world, especially in the designer world. But this is just so sweet, addictive, and also fresh at the same time. And I just think that if you're looking for a white floral citrus everyday easy grab and go scent that again has that little sweetness from the pear, then this is absolutely one you need to try. So this opens with grapefruit, bergamot, and lemon. You have middle notes of pear, orange blossom, osmanthus, and hedione, and you have base notes of white musk, cedar, and moss. So it is stunning. The oak moss, not overdone at all, but something about this is just a touch addictive, and I think it's because of that hedione, the hedione and the pear. It just takes the citrus into another direction for me, and that is what I love about it. Okay, love it first sniff, love it enough that I may repurchase it when this one is done. And you really do need to get your nose on this one. If you have never tried anything from this line, or if you're just not really a citrus girl, start here. You will not regret it. All right, again, this one is PERA GRANITA from the house of GUERLAIN. Next is a beautiful tried and true woody citrus designer fragrance that is just going to be signature scent worthy. Every day you can smell like this for spring and summer, and you're still going to really come across as very put together, and you're going to get compliments. All right, Ever Chic Chloe Nomad. This is just such a timeless scent, so timeless, and from my favorite nose, but this is one that I just don't wear enough, and I really need to, and we're going to make sure that we do that this spring. So Chloe Nomad opens with notes of mirabelle, bergamot, lemon, and orange. You have middle notes of freesia, peach, jasmine, and rose, and you have base notes of oak moss, patchouli, amberwood, white musk, and sandalwood. It wears with a lightness of freshness, but the peach, the mirabelle plum, it really does take the citrus and give it so much more interest, you guys. The oak moss is done so beautifully. The muskiness, it's there, it's making it quite fresh and easy breezy. And I just think that if you want something that's citrus floral, but you're really getting a lot more citrus and those fruits over, you know, a sharp white floral, then here you go. This is so feminine, it's so beautiful, and it is one you absolutely need to experience if you are newer to fragrance and you're looking for a phenomenal citrus and woody scent. All right, so again, this one is the original Nomad from the house of Chloe. Last but not least is one you know I could not leave out if we're going to be talking about citrus. Dama Bianca season is here, and oh my god, one of the most beautiful powdery vanilla creations I still have ever put my nose on. So this is a citrus that absolutely wears very unique because you're getting so much kumquat. I have never tasted kumquat, but I hear is very bitter sour, and that's the type of citrus that you get from here. But don't let that scare you because it is really balanced with a lot of vanilla and a lot of powdery purple florals to balance that kumquat out. They really do play really well together, and they have married a very unique citrus, the kumquat, with also barley. So it's like, girl, where are we going with these notes? You have got to try this. Do not blind by this fragrance because this is going to be an utter love and obsession, or it's going to be a what is this? Like, it's a little polarizing, okay? If you don't like powdery, girl, don't even do it to yourself. Try it first because, again, multiple purples. We're getting really powdery up in here. So Dama Bianca opens with kumquat and lime. You have middle notes of violet, Italian iris, lilac, Egyptian jasmine, lily of the valley, and you have base notes of vanilla, barley or malt, white musk, ambrette, sandalwood, and cedar. Just absolutely stunning citrus vanilla floral. Okay, that is what it is, and you would be remiss if you did not at least get your nose on this one if you are a vanilla girl. All right, so that is it for me, you guys. Please drop me a line below and let me know some of your favorite citrus fragrances. Now, this list did not deliver. Okay, if you are on the fence about citrus, start here. I think out of this selection you will find a love. But yeah, that's it for me, you guys. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Drop me your favorite citruses, and I will catch you guys on the next one.